Hello, Candace.
Hello, Scott.
How was your week break that we took?
Busy?
Yeah. Yeah, coming off of Holy Week and all the things that go with all the churches and all of that kind of stuff. It was just a busy week for us, and we just needed a weekend to just not.
Mm-hmm.
And so thank you for sticking with us and understanding that we missed a week. And we always say we are not a news podcast, but that does not mean we don't talk about Disney news.
And this is big.
This is huge. As some of you may know, they closed down Rock and Roller Coaster with Aerosmith, and they are rebranding it as Rock and Roller Coaster featuring the Muppets.
Specifically Electric Mayhem.
Specifically Electric Mayhem, but my guess is there will be other Muppets that make appearances.
Of course.
And we, as part of our cold open, this is less of a question and more of a reaction to the songs that they just released this week that are going to be a part of that attraction. So Candace is going to walk us through, and we're just going to spend the next couple minutes before we jump into the episode reacting to the songs that are going to be on Rock and Roller Coaster.
Okay, so let's touch on something first, because Rock and Roller Coaster featuring the Muppets opens on May 26th.
Okay, so that's coming up quick.
If I am mathing correctly, that is the day after Memorial Day.
You're right. It's the Tuesday following Memorial Day. Mm-hmm. That's hilarious. That's kind of funny.
It's like built-in crowd control, but it's not going to work.
Right. Everybody's like, let's just take our vacation and make it an extra day. Our kids don't have to go back to school.
Right. Okay. So anyway, that's coming up, and the song list is as follows. So the first one is called Song 2 by the Electric Mayhem.
Okay.
No idea what it is or what it sounds like.
I'm sure there's, I think I may have heard little snippets of it, but I don't know. I'll have to go out and see if I can find it. But okay, but a true Electric Mayhem song. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm-hmm. The second one is Born to Be Wild by the Electric Mayhem featuring Camilla the Chicken.
Oh my God.
Lovely. You didn't tell me Camilla was coming as a guest star. All right. The third one, this is going to be amazing. Like, can we just do a thing where you just write on it like for 5 times in a row so
Right.
you can hear everything?
If that's the way it works.
You'd probably be real sick by the end of that.
Probably. But think about Guardians.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do that, but it's just completely random what song you get.
Yeah. But these are fantastic. The next one is Love Roller Coaster by the Electric Mayhem featuring Jennifer Hudson and Questlove.
Okay.
That's going to have
That's
some
a
teeth
banger.
to it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. The fourth is Rock Rock Till You Drop by the Electric Mayhem featuring Def Leppard.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. And the fifth, right? Yeah. Is Walking on Sunshine by the Electric Mayhem featuring Kelly Clarkson.
Okay.
Solid list.
Interesting. I thought there was one where Sabrina Carpenter.
Not that I'm seeing here, and this is
Okay.
that's the official list.
Okay.
So,
I could be wrong about that.
I mean, and the beautiful thing about this is that it's expandable, right?
Right.
Like as they get reaction and all these other things, now that they own the property, they can do whatever they want.
Yep. Yeah, and as music taste change or if there's a banger song that they want to use, all they have to do is go out and pay for the rights for that song.
And what they can do for holidays and special overlays and things like that, they could just work the music into it that way.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I'm excited because Rock and Roller Coaster is one of my favorite attractions at Hollywood Studios.
I will pledge to you now that I will go on it next time we go,
Okay.
because I've not been yet.
Okay. You nerve yourself out of it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it'll be okay. So next time, I'm going.
Yeah. At some time we'll explore the things that you nerve yourself out of at Disney. That might be a good full episode, is things that Candace hasn't tried yet because she's nervous. And me trying to convince you that it's the right thing to do.
And then once it happens, it's fine and all
Right.
is well with the world, and it usually becomes a must-do.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, moving on.
Just trying to think of something. One of your favorite attractions at Animal Kingdom was that.
Everest.
Yeah. Took you some convincing, but
It
now
did,
you
but
love
let's
it.
go.
Okay.
Enough of my overthinking neurospiciness. Let's go.
Yeah, so that was our open for today. Sit back, relax. Today and our next episode are both going to be episodes that are listener-asked questions. We're not necessarily going to ask the questions directly like so-and-so said this, but we grouped them together in themes, and we're going to talk through things that you said you were interested in hearing us talk about. So sit back, grab yourself a drink, and enjoy this episode. Hey, welcome to Hanging at the Hangar Bar. I'm Scott.
And I'm Candace. We're here to chat all things Disney as child-free Disney adults. Stories, snacks, and a little magic along the way.
Grab a drink and get comfy and come hang out with us. Okay. Candace,
Yes.
our listeners want to learn more about our thoughts and feelings.
Really? They don't get enough of that on the daily around here?
I think
it's a lot.
We do give them a lot, but
We do. But if they want more,
they want more.
well, bless them. And I don't mean that Southern.
So for this episode, I have a few questions that our listeners asked us.
Okay.
And we'll go through however long it takes to get through this list of questions. I have them kind of broken out into similar style questions. We'll spend more time on some, less time on others. Some may be just really quick answers. Some may require some discussion.
Okay.
So you ready to jump in?
Sure.
Okay. Excellent. So our first
Oh, wait.
Oh, yes.
Before we get started, I think it's important. Thank you to the listeners that submitted questions.
Yes.
If you listen to this episode and you love it, we will, you know what? I will start on our channel, on our Discord channel, a questions list.
Okay.
Or you can drop it in the general chat or whatever the case is. And if you have questions, you can put them there. And when we get enough of them to do another one of these, we'll put them together and answer it.
Yeah, for sure. Great idea.
Yeah. Okay.
Great
Thank
idea.
you.
Okay. So our first segment today is all around the effect that influencers have had on Walt Disney World.
Okay.
My first question, what do you think has gotten out of control or overhyped because of influencers?
The timeliness of everything.
Tell me more.
Like how much time it actually takes to do a day in the parks when you don't have the ability to go every single day during the week, potentially when there's low crowds and not as much going on as when
Right.
you're on a vacation or there during a busy time of year or something like that. It takes a lot of time. And I think with the push of influencers, it's not realistic. Like
Right.
what they're showing is not realistic for that.
Right. Yeah, when they're showing their perfect day or they're doing those, can I get on every ride in all 4 parks in 24 hours?
Yep.
Not realistic way to do a vacation. Maybe a realistic way to do your job, but not a real way to do a vacation. So
Right.
yeah, I would agree with that. I think the other thing that I would call out that they have changed a little bit for the worse, I think, is food.
Oh, 100%.
Because so many people buy, like, food has, and I know you eat with your eyes, yada, 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 but there are so many things that are made just so people can take pictures of them and throw them on Instagram.
Whereas I think if Disney were to go back to developing food and snacks and those kinds of things that actually tasted really, really good and were some exclusive items that you can't get anywhere else, I think they would end up making more money on it because it doesn't taste like trash,
Right,
but it's pretty colors and it looks great on Instagram.
right.
And plus, I'm getting real tired of seeing influencers get like these entire plates of food or entire orders of the entire menu at some place, take 1 or 2 bites, because I don't need to watch people eat on a video, talk with their mouth full, and give their instant, ooh, this is so good reaction,
Yeah,
and then throw the tray of food away.
right. I may be living my best Gen X life when I say I don't need to watch video reviews of people eating.
No.
I want to go back to If I want to see a review about a place, I want to go find it in the newspaper. Get off my lawn, youngins.
Oh, goodness. All right. Well, we know which one of us is spicy today.
But you know what I mean? Like, I don't necessarily, I know we walk through every menu for every festival.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. We love food as well. But you don't see us, and I can't imagine us ever being the type that would go buy 8 things from a festival booth, set it up on top of a trash can, and show you what we're eating.
There is so much wrong with that sentence. That is completely out of our wheelhouse, but I 100% know what you mean, and I 100% agree with you.
Yeah.
Yes, I take pictures of food, but it helps me build memories.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like I have a camera pointed at my face and you're watching me shove it in my mouth and then talk about it.
Right. And when you're taking pictures of food, you're doing it right when they set it down. You're not taking half an hour worth of B-roll and then complaining that the food is cold.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous to me. If your review includes, this probably would have been better if I had eaten it fresh, don't do the review.
Right.
If you need to take pictures of things so you can put it in your blog or you can do a voiceover or whatever, like that's one thing I think DFB gets right.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking over everything. They're showing you pictures. They're talking over it versus, here, let me chew into a microphone, take a way too big bite, and then talk with my mouth full about how good this is, and show the video of me going, yeah, that's really good, and then 2 seconds later saying that was the worst thing I've ever eaten.
Right. Or saying I'm not going to go out of the way because the butter's not whipped enough. Excuse me.
I have not seen that channel in forever, and I'm
that's
glad
okay.
I haven't. Yeah.
But,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that time period where all the influencers were doing bread reviews.
Which is fine because bread is fantastic and bread and butter is next level fantastic, but seriously.
Right. Okay. What used to feel special that now feels performative because of influencers?
In a way, I think some of the special events.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Christmas party, the Halloween party, the after hours events. Not so much them, but some of the other stuff.
Right. Yeah, for me, that one, I want to be careful that I don't confuse people. The pixie dusting that gets done. Not the stuff that you get in your hair in the shop.
Oh, you mean like the moments of magic?
Yeah, cast members doing something nice.
Yes.
So many people go in expecting that now.
That drives me nuts, by the way.
People expect a magical moment every time they walk in because that's what they've seen or heard people talk about as influencers. And those are supposed to be magical moments that happen occasionally / rarely. Mm-hmm. Not I just turned onto a different street. What magical thing is going to happen to me right now?
Right. Or I'm wearing my button. What are you going to do for me? What do I get free?
Right.
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah. You and I wear our buttons because it just makes us light up when somebody says happy birthday or happy anniversary or whatever.
Exactly.
And I'm just like, yeah, they notice me.
But that's all we need, right? Like we're just becoming part of the atmosphere.
You're part of the story.
Yeah, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But I don't expect anything. I don't even expect them to say anything.
Right.
I know I'm wearing my button.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so on the flip side of that, is there anything that influencers have actually improved around Disney?
The only thing I thank them for is the ability to get me there more often than I can actually physically be there.
Mm-hmm.
And they do a good job of like showing the newest, greatest, whatever it is. But then I don't have to go do that because, people sometimes. But it gets me there more often than I can actually be there in person.
Right.
And so I thank them for that. The rest of it, I don't need.
Yeah, I think the other thing that maybe true influencers have done is help people understand how to navigate the parks before they go. I think it's reduced the number of people that go there and have no clue what to do. Whether we agree with how they suggest to navigate the parks is immaterial, but the videos that they put out, the posts that they put out, hey, go try here to find this really good snack, or go find. We've heard them talk about the dangers of crisscrossing across the park before, and I know we harp on that a lot. But I think that the ability for people to plan more effectively because they now have an idea of what it looks like, I think that's something that technology and influencers have really added in a positive way.
And also, I think, to a point, making things a little bit more approachable, because when you're planning a vacation, it's very overwhelming.
Right.
Whereas if you can sit down and watch a video or something like that and kind of get your bearings around what maybe you want to add to your must-do list, then you can contact your travel professional, hint, hint, wink, wink,
Right.
and say, this is my list. Help me plan this out.
Right.
Rather than just, I'm going to Magic Kingdom.
Right.
Okay, but help me out a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going to Magic Kingdom and I'm going to do everything.
No, you're not.
Right. And this just popped into another potential episode idea for us. I've not seen a lot of, I'm going to go to Disney World and I'm going to do it on the cheap, air quotes. I'm going to go into Magic Kingdom with $100 in my pocket. How am I going to have a good day with $100 in my pocket?
Is that before tickets?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No, that's
I'm like, because you just blew your $100.
Right. You've spent more, you've gone into debt to get into the park. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be there all day. You have to eat. You have to plan around souvenirs. You're not going to be able to afford Lightning Lane. How do you target your day if you have $100 to spend?
Or if you do have Lightning Lane, then what are you going to have to give up?
Right.
Yeah.
You may have to give up food, but still,
If that's what's important to you, that's what's
pack a backpack with sandwiches.
That was, yes. I was headed there.
Yeah, but that's another episode. We'll come back to that.
Okay.
Put a pin in that one, as Jackson would say.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So moving into our second segment, and this episode. Oh, yes, ma'am.
One more thing that I think is entirely influencers' fault is the whole, if you didn't get your picture taken in front of a specific wall, you weren't really there.
Right.
And if you didn't eat a particular snack or food item, you weren't really there. Well, yes, I was.
Right. Yeah, and some of that is so much related to we as a people, and I think this is just human nature, are such followers. Oh, somebody looked really cute taking their picture in front of that purple wall. I have to do that too. And it's not so much that they're sitting there saying you have to do this to make your trip. They're sitting there just saying, hey, I need a good picture for a thumbnail. This is a cute wall to do it in front of. And then everybody's like, oh, I'm going to Disney World next week. I need to find that purple wall and I need to post that cute picture. And then it just spirals from there in the viral culture. And you see that with a lot of social media. That's why there's so many, like if you watch Reels and TikToks and that kind of thing, non-Disney related, there's trends. There's dances. There's, oh, they did that dance. I can do that dance.
And part of that, I think, is not necessarily a bad thing, because it kind of helps us form a community of like-minded people and that kind of thing, which is important. Feeling that you belong is important.
Yep.
But what I don't think is necessary is, again, the whole, if you don't get your picture in front of that wall and put it on Instagram, the moment you take that picture, you weren't there.
Right.
Because, yes, I was.
Yeah, that's the negative.
And I had a better day than you did looking for a wall.
Yep. That's the negative side of that culture and that community.
Yep. I'm sorry. Go ahead. That was just, I had to.
That's fine. It's the point of this episode. If we don't go off on tangents, it wouldn't be us. Right?
The listeners asked for it.
Exactly. Okay, so the second segment for this one is all around people in the parks.
Oh.
So we have a couple of these that I think we can spend a little bit of time on. What's the weirdest experience you've had or witnessed, good or bad, in the parks? And I'm going to start, and we've talked about some of these probably a lot. But my weirdest experience was I was looking for a bathroom in Animal Kingdom, 10:30 in the morning, and I spoiler alert, the bathroom was directly behind me. Like, if I would have just turned around, I would have found it. But I stood in line in a quick service restaurant line that just had a couple of people. It wasn't even open yet. And a couple of cast members just standing there behind a podium, just waiting for it to open. And I get behind a guy who is yelling at them because he can't find a cheeseburger in Animal Kingdom at 10:30 in the morning, and is very disappointed that the African Flavors restaurant that he was standing at was not serving drawer burgers and French fries.
Well, to be fair, he would have almost had to cross the park to get one.
Right, but still.
But yes, I understand.
Taking it out on a cast member is never the right answer.
Not ever. Not ever. I mean, that puts you on the, fast track list to someplace that is not very nice.
Right.
But
yeah, and the bad part about that is when cast members have those interactions, when I step up next and ask my stupid question about the bathroom that's 20 feet behind me, they don't treat me as nicely as they would have if they didn't just have that experience. So it's that whole butterfly effect.
It is, but I will say that I was not right there with you when this whole thing happened, but I can 100% guarantee that you did your best to ask your question respectfully, politely, and with a please and thank you.
Yeah, I definitely. And I think I even tried to joke about the person in front of me, something along the lines of, my question's not going to be that stupid and I'm not looking for a cheeseburger. Where's the bathroom?
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, so you have the opportunity to make somebody's day better.
Or ruin it, depending on your behavior.
You should always choose making somebody's day better.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
And just go on the side of kindness no matter what, because you never know what somebody's going through. I mean, if you had been there 5 minutes later and not seen that guy yell at cast members, you can still go up and, please and thank you, ask your question, be respectful, all the things.
Yep. Agreed. How about you? Any weird experiences you've had or witnessed?
Mm-hmm. The first time that we were in Hollywood Studios, I believe, and you went on Rock and Roller Coaster for the first time, but I nerved out about it. So I waited outside and got to witness another guest have a digestive reversal.
He yacked.
He did. And then I got to see the operational system kick in that Disney has put in place for dealing with something like that and cleaning it up, and just marveling at the efficiency of the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. And realizing there are jobs at Disney you don't want.
100%.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and the other kind of going back to cast member things and making people's lives better instead of worse is something that happened to us was when we were with Gina at the Rosencrown.
Yes.
And we didn't reserve a fireworks party, but when we got there, we knew it was going to be close to firework time, so we just asked if we could have something with a view. And they said, we'll try our best, which is all they will ever tell you.
Mm-hmm.
And so we got seated at a place where we had an okay view of the lagoon. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad, but we could see them. We could hear the music. And our server, Harriet, just the sweetest girl.
Love her.
Was having a rough go because of a table
next to
us and just giving them a hard time about everything. And like
the table was giving her a hard time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so at one point, she disappeared for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
because she had to go collect her thoughts and that kind of thing, and then came back to us and apologized. And we're like, we didn't even notice.
Like, we're just here eating, drinking, living our best life.
Right.
It's fine. Are you okay?
Yeah, and like you and Gina both did that. Like, how are you? That person was a dick. Mm-hmm. And it was, and it ended up like we were sitting there. They ended up bringing us free dessert, just because we were being nice.
Mm-hmm. That's one of those pixie dust moments that you were talking about before, where we were just being nice. We did not expect to get anything free out of it. I was a little overwhelmed that they even did.
Right.
Because I didn't feel it was necessary.
Yeah. And then right when the fireworks started, the manager came out and said, "Hey, I heard you folks are really nice. Why don't you move down a couple of tables so you can see better?"
Okay.
Yeah. We're going to bring your dessert to that table over there instead of where you're sitting. Like, are you sure? Yes. Move. Okay.
I have to follow instructions.
Right. Yeah. So again, and like we're now friends with Harriet on Instagram or followers or whatever. Like, you can make such genuine connections with people for just being kind. Mm-hmm. So that's where those weird experiences show up for me, is when you're kind, people are kind back.
Again, if you're part of the magic will find you.
Right. Yeah, 100%. Okay, next question. What bugs you most that families with children do at the parks?
Have children.
There it is. There is the answer from the child-free Disney adults.
No, I think the biggest thing for me is to have a sense of entitlement just because they're pushing a stroller, that it gets to go wherever they think they need to go first or ahead of where I'm walking, even though I'm in motion headed that way. They're still going to walk pretty much into me to cross my path.
Yeah.
And yeah, no.
Yeah, and I think just building on that a little bit, I think the thing that drives me a little bit nuts is people do this when they're driving too, but you drive to where you're looking. Mm-hmm. So if you're walking down the middle of a path and you turn to look to the right, all of a sudden you're moving you and your stroller right, and if I'm right next to you, you're now running me over. Mm-hmm. And the other thing that just drives me absolutely insane, and this isn't limited to just families with kids, it's when there's a walkway that's wide enough for 4 people and you and your family are going shoulder to shoulder. Mm-hmm. And not when there's 2-way traffic. Mm-hmm. Don't. Or even if there's 1-way traffic. Right. Even if it's everybody moving in the same direction, treat it like an escalator. Mm-hmm. Somebody may want to move faster than you're moving, so leave a lane.
Right.
And I know that's harder when you're doing triple wide trailer strollers, and you have a 16-year-old, a 14-year-old, 2 8-year-old twins, and a baby because you don't know how to control yourself. And mom and dad and grandpa and grandma and all of that everybody wants to be there at the exact same time. Walk single file if you have to. Mm-hmm. Make sure there's room for other people. That's going to be a theme in a lot of my people complaints.
I'm sure it will.
Is just pay attention to your surroundings and the people around you. We are all there for the same experience, and we are all there for the same thing, and to have a good time. Don't ruin somebody else's good time by being inconsiderate and a dick.
Right. And another thing, too, is, and I know that children, when they are not in a stroller, they're ambulatory little things.
Yes.
But please watch where your children are running. A, they shouldn't be running. B, make sure that they're not like running into people and causing potential injury.
Right.
To both them and the people that they're running into.
Yep.
I can't tell you how many times that we have experienced walking past family groups where mom and dad have their heads down in their phones because you got to look at wait times.
Mm-hmm.
And their kids are just running amok everywhere. Amok. And like we get bashed into, and then it's like, Johnny, don't do that. Well, if you could watch Johnny for 30 seconds
Right.
and make sure that he's with you, that'd be great.
Yeah. Yeah. And I will also tell you this. I want to put this disclaimer out there. I will never blame the children.
No.
Children are there doing what children should do. Children are sometimes little a-holes.
Mm-hmm. But they're learning.
But they're learning. It's your job as a parent to teach them, hey, you shouldn't have cut in front of that person.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you run and trip and fall, it's your own damn fault.
Right.
The parents that know how to parent make me happy. Parents that just let their kids go do everything and then, Johnny, don't do that. Don't, stop. Don't do that. Johnny, stop.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to punch those people in the throat. Yes, I'm feeling spicy today, apparently.
I guess. Dang it.
Okay, last question in this segment, and I don't know that we have anything for this one, but what moment made you realize everyone is having a completely different trip than you are?
I don't know that I can pinpoint a moment that everyone around me was having a different trip than I am. But I can tell you that I have had more than one moment where I can tell that at least some people are having a completely different trip than I am.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when you walk by groups of people, regardless of whether they have children or not, but they are snipping at each other.
Mm-hmm.
I've snipped at you once in the parks.
And I learned my lesson.
Well, which is why I haven't had to snip again. But what I'm saying is you're on vacation. You're there to have a good time. You're there to make memories together. You're there to relax as much as possible, even though parks do not equal relaxation.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're constantly snipping and sniping at each other, nobody's having a good day.
Right.
And it's not worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a moment that I can think of where I realize people are having a different day from me is those times when we get to a park at rope drop.
Mm-hmm.
And folks just go almost sprinting to whatever they want to do first. I just remember that one day in Epcot, we got there and we were part of the rope drop crowd going into World Showcase.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just meandering.
Mm-hmm.
And we
because that's what we do.
Right. We just sat down for a bit before we went to anything because it wasn't about being the first one on the ride. It wasn't about maximizing our time in queue. We just happened to get there early.
Mm-hmm. Because we'd had a fabulous breakfast already.
Right.
And we were moving into the park. So
Yeah. So when you see people practically sprinting to get somewhere,
again, it's against the rules, actually,
to run. Yeah.
So stop it.
Right. But if they're hustling to get somewhere.
Yes. If you're doing the weird little butt shuffle speed
Right.
walk, that's different than running.
Right. That's when I know people are having a different trip than I am.
Mm-hmm. And that's another reason we don't rope drop.
Right. Because if I don't make my time, whatever. Like I try and make it as relaxing as possible. I get enough stress at work. I don't want it on vacation.
Thank you.
Right? Okay. So our next segment for this episode is all about everyday magic moments.
Ooh, okay.
So what is your favorite small or non-bougie magic moment that you've had?
I'm kind of bougie all the time, so it's hard for me.
I got one for you almost immediately.
Okay.
Pixie dusting.
Oh, that I do to other people?
No, that like when we go into Mickey's, Sir Mickey's.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's an everyday magic kind of thing that's not bougie because anybody can do it. It costs nothing.
Right.
And I think the cast members love doing it.
And it's so good.
I think the cast members love doing it.
Okay, again, it's an experiential thing. So if you're kind and polite and respectful and actually participate in it, fine. But if you go up and say, I want to be pixie dusted, and they do the sprinkly thing, and then you just walk out without saying anything else, why are you even bothering?
Right.
So, yes, but
Yeah.
I do love it.
Yeah. And I think one of my favorite things as well, you mentioned it with the buttons, is just having somebody, you sit down in a restaurant and somebody says happy birthday or happy anniversary or what are you celebrating? And it opens up a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Those moments of talking to a cast member, finding out about who they are, I don't know that a lot of people consider those magical moments.
But they so are.
I do. Because those people are there trying their hardest to give you a special trip.
Mm-hmm.
And just learning about who they are, especially in a place like World Showcase, where they're from all over the world, and you can ask about their home country, or you can ask about how they ended up at Disney, or you ever want a tip about how to talk to somebody in World Showcase that's from a different country, say, how did you learn about Disney? How did you find out about the parks? Why did you end up working here? Because they are all from the countries that they're representing.
Mm-hmm. And I'm so glad they brought
part.
that back after the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that is a really good one.
But okay, let's just say this about that. When you're asking cast members questions and trying to have an interaction with them, be genuine, please.
Right.
Like, come to it from a place of genuine curiosity and not just because we told you to.
Right.
This is not an influencer situation.
Right. If you're having a bad day and you don't want to talk to a cast member,
don't.
If you're having a great day and you just can't think of anything to say and you think you'll be awkward, don't say anything. Just be nice.
Yeah.
But if you want a good question to ask somebody, your name tag says you're from England. Where in England are you from?
Mm-hmm.
How did you discover Disney?
Mm-hmm. How long have you worked here?
Right. Was your first trip to Disney Paris and that's how you got hooked and you wanted to come work here? There's so much that you can do just being curious.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big one.
And then that
me.
creates magic for them too, because then it's like, okay, they look at me and they see a person, not just somebody that's going to put the souvenir in a bag and send them on their way.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Talk to me a little bit about spur of the moment magic for strangers, because I know you've done some of this. And I actually have an interesting take on this after you go that maybe is a little slightly more negative tilted.
So tell me a little bit more about the question that you're asking.
So have you ever provided spur of the moment magic for a stranger?
Sure.
Tell us about it.
Well, I might get a little out of control with this sometimes, but anytime I see a cast member that has the blue legacy tag on, I go out of my way to try and get to them to say congratulations on your legacy award. Because that means something.
It's a big deal.
It's a huge deal. So that, and 99.999% of the time, I don't know them. So they're a stranger, but I have to say something.
Right.
And if somebody has a celebration button on, I'm going to get close enough, but not creepy close enough to read their button and see what's going on. And then wish them a happy whatever it is.
Right.
Let's see, what else? I think just being nice. Like, last time we were in Magic Kingdom, I think it was. And that family left their whole tray of refuse just sitting when a trash can was 30 feet away or less.
Mm-hmm.
And the poor cast member was trying to figure out how to sweep the ground and carry the tray and all kinds of other things. I'm just like, let me help you.
Right.
Again, it's just little stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed. And I think on a slightly more negative tilt than that, one of the things, and this kind of goes back to the influencer / people trying maybe harder than they should, people doing and I'm using air quotes, pixie dusting in the park, like where they take little souvenirs and they hide them and then post on social media like, hey, this is hidden in the park. Let me know if you find it. Like a little duck or a little keychain or a homemade bracelet or something like that. That, hey, if you find it, congratulations, you've been pixie dusted. Understand that is more work for the cast members. Mm-hmm. That's generating probably generating trash more than anything else. And I'm a proponent of don't do that.
Yeah.
Because eventually Disney's going to have to figure out a way to shut that down if people think it becomes a part of Disney, and what you think you're doing nice is creating more work for people and is causing potential rule changes to the way people interact with the park.
Right. And depending on how you are packaging whatever it is that you're leaving behind, like that poses some environmental hazards, not only for the beauty of the landscaping, but also the Disney ducks and the different animals that are around property. That's their home. Don't leave garbage in their home.
Right.
It's a nice thought, but like take it to your resort and just give it to somebody.
Right.
Or something.
Right. And even like I'm just sitting here trying to think of ways that you could do nice things for other Disney guests. And I was thinking about just if you want to give somebody a souvenir or something, put it in a locker and post, hey, first person to this locker. But what that means is everybody's going to go up to that locker all day long for the next 2.5 weeks trying to find it, because the algorithm on Facebook or Instagram doesn't show things in order. So somebody is going to see, oh, somebody left something in this locker and I just saw it. Let me go over to that locker. Oh, why is it locked? Then all of a sudden they're having a bad time because you were trying to do something nice.
Right.
I don't think there is a clean way for guests to do that with other guests. I appreciate that they're trying to be nice. I appreciate that they're trying to let other people in on the love they have for the brand, but don't.
Right. Or, like I just suggested, just go give it to them.
Right.
Like, it doesn't need to be all secretive and some scavenger hunt type thing. Just go up to somebody and say, hey,
I made these for people. Would
here
you
you
like
go.
one?
Have a great day.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And that way you maybe make a new friend too.
Yeah.
Okay. So our next segment in this episode, and we are almost done with this one,
Are we done with people?
Yes.
Okay.
Is there something else you want to bring up?
Nope, not at all. Just,
Are you sure?
yep,
Positive.
100%.
Okay. So this segment is it's what I'm calling worth it or waste.
Oh, okay.
A couple of these may be shorter answers. So lightning lanes, yes or no?
No.
Do you ever see a point or why someone would do a lightning lane?
The only thing that I will say about lightning lanes is for the individual lightning lanes, like where you can just pay to get on one ride.
Right.
Yes, I think those are worth it. But to buy something that's going to give you 3, whatever, no. It's not worth my time to sit there and try and figure out and finagle and whatever. I would rather just stand in a line, be immersed in the story, or just be in the parks.
Right. Here is my, this is going to be unpopular, so I'm going to call it my unpopular opinion. I think they should do away with lightning lanes and increase ticket prices. They need less people in those parks.
I would agree.
They don't need more people going through line faster. Yes, they do, because they want to maximize revenue. As a stockholder, we want them to maximize revenue. But right now, they're trying to do crowd control through multiple lanes, like lightning lane, regular standby. I read something, I don't know how true it is, that they're thinking about a third line for annual pass holders to give them a perk. But if they do an annual pass holder lane, a purchased lightning lane, and then standby, they're going to do lightning lane. They're going to let 10 people in for every one in standby. They're going to let annual pass holders, 10 of them go for every one in standby.
Standby is going to get ridiculous.
Yes. It's going to be almost where you have to pay to play. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be a de facto ticket price increase anyway.
Yep.
And I get that there's a lot of people out there that say Disney is not affordable. Nobody promised you that Disney was affordable.
Mm-hmm. And they've got to figure it out.
They've got to reduce the number of people in those parks.
Mm-hmm.
And they can also do it by adding more attractions. But what they've got to do, like when they in Magic Kingdom, when they open Cars Land and when they open Villains Land, they have got to keep their capacity the same.
Yes.
As it is today.
Yes.
And I think they need to, if the capacity is, what did you tell me once? 100,000 people is
in
capacity.
Magic Kingdom, yes.
So if they have 100,000 people, cut that capacity down to 90,000. And when they hit it, sorry, we're not letting anybody else in today. Even if we have 10 people leave, we're not letting another 10 people in.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hill I almost am willing to die on. They need to figure out a way. And if it means $200 tickets is going to stop people from going, great.
Well, and the thing, you made an excellent point a little bit ago, but like when they're coming up with new attractions to build lines for people to wait in, they don't build crap attractions. I mean, look at Navi River Journey. That's a okay attraction, visually stunning. The only point that I can see, though, if you look at it from a real hard lens, is that it's a people eater so that people aren't standing in line for flights.
Right.
But with that in mind, they did not build it as a people eater for people to wait in line for flights.
Yep.
Because there is an animatronic in that attraction that itself costs $30 million to develop and build.
Right.
$30 million.
Yeah.
What? But we've talked before. People go to Disney expecting perfection.
Right.
Perfection costs money.
It does.
And with prices of everything going up right now, with no end in sight.
Right.
There's got to be a give somewhere.
Right. And that's the rock and the hard place that Disney is in. Because as soon as they raise ticket prices to try and get crowds under control, all of the press comes out that Disney is just trying to rip people off. Because people don't... We've gotten to a spot where people don't see going to Disney as a privilege. They see it as a right.
When that's cannot be further from the truth.
Right, exactly. And I think until we get back to a spot where people understand, when I was growing up, a trip to Disney was not an annual thing. Like most families went once or no times in their lifetime. And I'm probably completely out of touch now. My guess is there's probably a lot of families that will never go to Disney World now.
I didn't get there until I was 22 years old.
Right. Yeah. And it feels like now, and maybe it's just because we're tighter in the circle or we're tighter in that community, in that bubble, but it feels like now everybody does Disney trips. And everybody is like, I'm willing to go into $10,000 debt to take my kids to Disney because they have to have that experience. No. Your kids will live a perfectly happy life knowing Disney through the movies.
And then when they get old enough to take themselves, they can take themselves.
Right. Right. Or they go to Disney once as a kid. Disney does not owe it to you to price it in a way that you can go every 6 months.
And isn't it interesting that once is typically enough, even if it's when somebody's little, that it forms some sort of a connection that they want to go back and do the college program. They want to go back and work for Disney sometime. It's just kind of a, I've worked all my life and I'm going to get there. I'm going to get back there on vacation.
Yep.
It takes once.
Yep. Exactly. Okay. Are special ticketed events worth it?
Yes.
All of them?
Nope.
Which ones are, which ones aren't?
I would say the after hours events are 100% worth it.
Yeah. And I'm a proponent of not doing a regular park day on after hours event days. Make
Just
that
go
your
in
park
as soon
day.
as you
Yeah.
can get there for that event.
Right.
And call that your park day, because typically the time frame on that is it's going to put you in the park for 8 hours anyway.
Right.
No, but I think some of the holiday events, and not just like winter holidays, but also some of the Halloween stuff, not worth it. I don't
Yeah.
need to go to Magic Kingdom and collect a bag of candy for that.
Right. And I don't care enough about dressing up in costume to go to Disney in a costume. That's going to be uncomfortable and hot anyway.
Yeah.
If I'm going to wear a costume to Disney, I want it to be in Galaxy's Edge.
And a Jedi robe's going to get real hot in Florida.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And
I'm only doing that in January.
And a Vader costume would be even hotter.
Right.
So
For certain.
Yes.
Okay. I agree with your take 100%. I'm not a fan of Mickey's Not So Scary or Mickey's Happy Holiday, whatever.
Very Merry Christmas
Yeah, Very
Party.
Merry Christmas Party.
Although I am glad that we did that, because
Yeah.
the parade was really cool. I like the Snope on Main Street.
There's elements of them that I think are good, but overall,
No.
I don't feel like I'm missing out not going.
Like now that we've done the Christmas party, I don't feel like we need to go do it again.
Right. Do you have a desire to do the Halloween party just so you can see the dragon?
Well, if I really wanted to see the dragon, I could just watch the Festival of Fantasy parade
Yeah.
in the middle of the afternoon in the sun.
Yes. Very true.
But yes, I do need to see that dragon at some point in my life.
Yeah. Okay. So last question in this segment is, what do you think the biggest waste of an attraction update was?
That's a really good question.
Well, you're thinking I am going to say my favorite attraction, Carousel of Progress. I think they've done too much trying to keep up with it
Okay.
being in Tomorrowland.
Okay.
If you're going to update that, you've got to update it and say, we're not going back to turn of century communication and progress. We're starting in the year 2000. Or we're starting in the year 1950, and we're going to do every 25 years after that. And then you have to make a commitment to change it, the whole attraction, every 25 years.
Whoosh. Okay.
Or you make it the museum piece that it should be.
And put it back to the way that it was
Yep.
and leave it.
Yep.
I get that. I would subscribe more to that
Yeah,
and
me too.
leave it as Walt intended than trying to update it all the time.
Yeah. And again, plug for a previous episode of ours. Go back and listen to my Tomorrowland episode where I talk about renaming it Walt's Tomorrowland so you don't get stuck in that place of having it feel nostalgic and old at the same time that it's supposed to be forward facing. Make it Walt's Tomorrowland so it's a view of tomorrow from Walt's perspective and tell your story that way.
It is his world after all.
Yeah, it was his world. So, okay, what about you? Anything that you think was a big waste of an update?
I would say Test Track. We haven't been on the new iteration yet.
Right.
The newest one. But the change between the first iteration and the second iteration was garbage.
Yeah,
And
when they went to the Tron-like one.
Yeah. The
Dumb.
first one was so much better.
Yeah, when it was crash test dummies and that
Yes.
kind of thing, it was so cool.
Yeah.
And then they went and ruined it.
Yep. So that's my vote.
Okay. Yep, I would agree with that. Okay, so moving into wrapping up this one, a couple of quick fire things for you. What's one thing that's better now than it was the first time you went?
Disney Springs.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Like, as much as I think I would have loved the party area,
Pleasure Island.
Pleasure Island, I think the way they've done Disney Springs now is really cool. And knowing the story behind it and talking to the person that built it probably helps with that.
Little bit.
But-
And I mean, if they hadn't done that, we wouldn't have the hangar bar.
Right.
So, boom.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And what do I think is better than the first time that I went to Walt Disney World? I'll keep it in Walt Disney World. I think Animal Kingdom has gotten better
Mm-hmm.
from the first time I was there.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's because I'm experiencing it differently more than it changing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll reserve some judgment for seeing how they replace Dino Land and seeing if that's cool or not.
Yep.
But I was never a huge fan of Dino Land anyway. I didn't want to go on Dinosaur. I'm not going to ride the little spinny ride.
They had good snacks, though.
They had good snacks. And I love the idea of the boneyard for kids to go play in, that kind of thing. But
Keeps them out of my way.
yeah. But yeah, so one thing that you think is worse now than the first time that you went.
People.
Yeah. I'm going to agree
And
with
not
that
necessarily, and when I say that, I don't mean the numbers of people, although that's pretty harsh. Just the whole level of entitlement that you see and the poor behavior. And we're talking genuinely poor behavior.
Yeah.
Like, just because you pay $150 to get into someplace does not give you the right to act like an ass.
Right.
Or to bawl somebody out because they stepped on your kid's foot.
Right.
Or because they took the last pretzel. Or because they took a size of shirt that you needed when you were 5 feet away from it and they were right there. No.
Right.
Stop it. Or being rude to a cast member.
Yeah. Yeah. People ruin everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why, but just what popped into my head is when we were there with Lacey and Lariah, and that lady was buying all the Buzz Lightyear dolls. Probably just to either for her grandkids, her 87 grandkids, or to throw them up on eBay. One of the two.
Which is why they have limits on what you can buy now.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah, because people come in and
Buy 87 Buzz Lightyears.
right, they're self-entitled and think the rules don't apply and don't think about anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, if I buy 87 of these, that kid that really wants one who comes in 10 minutes from now isn't going to get one.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my fault. They should have gotten here sooner. What a stupid, crappy attitude to have.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm being spicy today.
You are. Do you need some water or something?
No.
Can I get you some bourbon?
Yeah, maybe. Okay, so next week we are going to get on with part 2 of this, of listener questions that are going to be more deep cuts that talk more about rides, some Disney dreams, and some just deep cut things that we'll talk through. So next week could get pretty intense.
Looking
as
forward
well.
to that.
Yeah, so tune in next week as well. I'm going to release these 2 back to back, I think. So tune in next week as well, and you'll hear that one. And then I'm going to plug it every day or every Monday until we get there. May 4th is going to be our last of our Star Wars episode. It probably is not that much of a better episode than any of our other Star Wars episodes.
But it's coming out on May the 4th.
Exactly. May the 4th be with you.
And also with you.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. If you like this format of this type of an episode, please come out. Join us on Discord. You can plug your questions into pretty much any one of the chats out there. I will go through, I'll collect them, and when we feel like we have enough for an episode, we'll do another one.
Yep.
And just kind of join the party out there. We are trying to get it up and running. I need to check on it more frequently. There's a few of us out there, but the more we get, the better the conversation is, and the more you can be part of the Hangar Bar crew.
Yep, exactly. 100%. And hopefully you enjoyed this episode. And remember, there is always a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
And we'll see you real soon.